You don't need to do it this time.
On this week's episode, we talk about Scott interrupting me when I try to talk. He's just become so fascinated about doing that. It's just the craziest thing in the whole world. He just wants to talk and talk and talk. And he struggles.
It's me. It's me.
And he struggles with talking this week.
It's all because of Steve, the robot.
Why were you struggling this week?
Because your nanobite virus is affecting me.
Did you have too much sleep?
No. But we did talk about my shirt, which is really cool
Too
shirt.
much food? Yeah. Well, we talked about a bunch of stuff. We talked about living at the baseball park there.
Oh, and food.
And food.
We never talk about food on our show, Steve. We should talk about food more often.
And we're both losing weight.
Yeah. Because we talk about it instead of eating it.
That's a really good thing.
Yes.
So watch the show and lose weight.
Yes, please. That's a long time not to blink.
Welcome to the Don't Know Show. It's your time to unwind. And why do you always talk over me? You do the countdown and everything.
That's pretty cool.
Welcome to the Don't Know Show. It's your time to unwind and leave your worries behind. This is a show being hosted by a robot and a very rude human who likes to interrupt me doing the opening every week now. I don't understand why. But
because that way I can show people by putting the whole thing up this week and they can say, oh my God, look what Steve's doing in the sky.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Just remember, I have the edit tool.
Okay, whatever. But I'm that robot. I'm Steve.
And I'm that human. Why am I that human? Can't I be just a human? I'm a human. I'm Fun Daddy Entertainer. I'm Scott. What else am I? Goofy. But not the dog Goofy.
Line.
Yeah. And this is a tale of how bad life decisions, and I do mean bad life decisions, led to a YouTube show, a podcast, a live Twitch stream, and a robot that just drives me crazy.
Sure. Because it's easy. I have the car out. And you have a driving company, and we're going to talk about that later in the show also. Not your driving company, but something that I may or may not do, depending on what you say or do not say.
Okay.
But we're going to talk about what we know is going on in the world today. But first, share. Go down there and share our program with everybody else. Like and subscribe, but share. Also, we're going to talk about the pictures behind us.
We are. Yes, we are. We always do that, don't we?
So I went out and sat in the heat of 102, 103 and watched a baseball game.
But it's a dry heat.
Still hot, and I'm only 2 weeks past my surgery, so it definitely drained me.
We were 95 with a 73 dew point.
Well, looks like 100% dew point behind you.
On this day, it was 100% dew point. Yes, we got 8.5 inches of rain in 24 hours. During the peak rain, we got 4 inches in 2 hours.
Wow.
And that is my neighbor's house. And you can see that slopes down to my house. The water is literally coming down their driveway, through alongside their garage, into the. You can't see my finger pointing, can you?
Yeah, I can only see the water in the grass.
Right, and then it goes from here, and then you can't see it because the picture didn't catch it. But off to the side here, it is literally going along the side of my shed, onto my patio, and my backyard was flooded. And the very, very back part of the yard where there's another slow indentation, there was 12 inches of water sitting in a small pond between, you know what Four Corners is like? Utah, Arizona, Colorado, and Arizona, right? That's kind of like
sure.
That's kind of what we have here. We have a corner where all four of our neighbors,
New Mexico,
three of our neighbors and us, the property, all four of the property lines come together, and that's where the water was at 12 inches.
There you go. So you went and jumped in the puddle?
I did, and I splashed, and I went, I'm singing. Oh,
splish, splash, I was taking a bath.
There. I'm singing in the rain, just singing in the rain. But I didn't want to take a video of that because it was raining, and if I dropped the phone in the water, I'd be foobarred.
Oh, I thought you were skinny dipping again. How was your skinny dipping adventure?
It's chunky dunking still. If I lose a little bit more weight, I can say skinny dipping.
How was your chunky dunking?
It was very refreshing. Well, Actually, it wasn't as refreshing as it could have been because the pool was 97 degrees.
Oh, there's no shrinkage.
No, I was floating free.
Cool.
I couldn't talk Susie into going because she was sound asleep, but she has her own personal flotation devices. So, anywho's, for those of you who do not know, Steve is a athletic enthusiast. Any chance he gets to go to an event, he goes. And then he takes pictures of it.
Sports, yeah.
Yep. And then he takes pictures of it. And then he sends those pictures to me and goes, look at my cool seats. And all I'm looking at is that there's no one sitting behind him. But he does have this really attractive woman sitting next to him. And I'm like,
okay.
Wow.
Let me tell you a little bit about those seats.
Oh, okay.
There's only 2 rows of seats in the outfield at this ballpark. And they're only in left field.
Weird.
Yeah. There are no seats in the outfield.
So every left field home run goes right to you.
Or hits the wall behind you, the cement wall, and bounces in the back of your head.
There. Yeah. Well, see, that's just like, on NCIS where Jethro Gibbs always smacks, the nose on the back of the head.
Yeah.
So just think how famous she'd be.
We like the seats. The view is cool.
Did you take them home with you?
However, we didn't like the seats. This game had 14 runs, and it was a boring game because you're isolated. So if you're a loner and you want to go to a baseball game and be by yourself, this is where you sit. But yeah, pretty unexciting game.
It's one of the things.
14 runs.
Every time I go to a game, if they offer me the seats, I says, if you can sell them, sell them. I do not need to go in. And the reason is I can't really sit with them and joke with them and cheer on with them because they're customers. I'm the driver. So I'm sitting by myself every time I go in there. And it's boring.
It is boring. Boring.
So I would rather sit in my bus and read my book.
Cool. Well, there you go.
Which is what I did on the day that I sent you the picture of how packed this parking lot was.
Oh, yeah. So after I sent you the pictures of me at the baseball game, you sent me pictures where you said the beers were only $1.
Yes. That was my living room and my TV in front of me. Remember I said...
You charge yourself $1?
That's how much it cost when I bought it at the store. $1
a beer?
A 12-pack of beer is $1. It's $12.
It's $12? Is
it?
I don't know. I haven't bought a 12-pack in a long time. I get it for less than that.
Well, normally, to be perfectly honest with you, the few times I buy beer, it's going to be Nuclear's Totally Naked, and those are $2 a bottle. $1.50 maybe. It's $9 for 12 bottles.
Where the heck is?
And that's good quality beer.
Ultra's 13 for a 12-pack, so that's like a little more than $1.
Right.
Corona's 14 for a 12-pack. That's a little more than $1.
Yeah. What you look for is, like, for us, like Milwaukee's Best is one of the cheapest.
Modelo's only $1 a bottle.
Yeah.
Ultras are $1.50. Miller High Life, they're a little over $1. IPAs. Yeah.
But how much is a beer at the stadium? 14? No, that's Alpine Valley. The stadium's probably only 12.
Probably 14. That's probably 14. I don't know.
Yeah.
Water's $4-5.
Yep. For a 50-cent bottle of water.
And you can't bring the water in from the outside, even though you're in the desert. You need to have water.
Yeah.
Otherwise you die.
Yeah. At ours, you're allowed to bring 2 bottles as long as they're still sealed when you get there. Yep.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Cool. So did you do any food homework? Because I did.
I did, but not really. It just came to me that one of the things I wanted to do is buy something, and I'll describe that when you're done with yours.
So check that out. I got the strawberry angel food cake. Now, I also bought the mango sweet cream.
Okay.
Really, really good vanilla.
Not much mango?
Not much mango. When they say cream cheese flavored ice cream with a mango swirl, they mean a swirl.
Okay.
One swirl. However.
What is it? Just a pint?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pint. It's not bad. Yeah, a pint for $3. It's all right, I suppose. There we go. Yep. That looks good.
So, this is the
Lido
strawberry with the cake in it. Strawberry's good. Strawberry's really good. It kind of tastes like strawberry shortcake.
It's pretty hard to screw up strawberry. It really is.
Oh, no. No, that's not true. So, yeah. This is a 2 thumbs up.
Cool beans. I just realized something interesting. Seeing that we got to pull up and we've been out in the pool a couple of times already, plus I've been working outside with buses and stuff like that. You're pasty, bright, shiny pasty, and I'm tan.
Yeah, it's because you get the lighting right in the room here because the sun's still out.
Because the sun will come out tomorrow?
So if I turn the lights off, that is washed out.
There you go. Okay. Well, do you remember what I said my absolute favorite cookie is?
No, I don't.
Do you remember? No. Do you remember the Maurice Linnell Cookie Factory on Harlem Avenue in Chicago?
With the pinwheels?
With the pinwheels. The pinwheel was my absolute favorite. Called it a pinwheel icebox cookie.
Icebox?
That's what they called it. So,
okay.
But it was a pinwheel icebox cookie. And I just absolutely loved them. My second favorite store-bought cookie is the Pepperidge Farm Lido Cookie, Lido. I don't know how to describe it. It's basically a vanilla cookie in a swirl thing with a chocolate filling.
Uh-huh.
But it is so buttery that when you bite into it, it melts in your mouth. All right? They stopped selling the Lido cookie unless you buy it this way.
Ah. What brand is that? Pepperidge Farm?
Pepperidge
Which
Farm.
one's the Lido cookie?
The Lido cookie, I'll turn it around so it's easy to see it, is that middle one right there.
Okay. I like the schoolboy one, which you see on the front cover, not on the back cover.
All right. Schoolboy one is, what do you call a schoolboy?
I think that's a schoolboy one. The one that's got the chocolate sliding off of it right in the front is the cookie with the chocolate on top.
That they call the the cookie with the chocolate just on the top of it, and you still see the cookie?
Yeah, it's more of a shortbread.
It's this one here.
No, the middle one.
This one?
That one, yeah, but without the chocolate on it.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay, that one is called the Bordeaux. It's a crispy cookie with rich chocolate center.
Oh, I said chocolate center. Oh, okay.
This one,
That's not the schoolboy then.
This one is called the Geneva, which is crunchy pecans and rich chocolate. This one is a Milano. I still can buy Milanos, and I get them once in a while. They come in multiple flavors, which is kind of nice.
I like those. Yeah, no, they got really good flavors now. The lemon one is really good. The strawberry one, lemon one's really good. Coconut one's really good.
Right. Yep. So.
You definitely have flavors here. This is the schoolboy.
Okay, yeah, that's not in this package, but I've had those before.
Yeah, those are good.
Yep. They're biscuit cookies.
So do you have one to eat in front
Andrew's
of us?
here. We're talking about cookies. You got cookies, Andrew?
Do you have one to eat in front of us?
Well, I had 4 of them after dinner. I suppose I could eat one. Oh, shootskis.
Did you drop it down and goobers eat it? Or has it got
Nope.
hair all over it?
All these again.
Oh.
Remember I showed you the pack? The whole pack was like this big, and now I got like 12 of these things. The problem is you can't put them back together to stack them, so I'm constantly knocking them over. So let me put these way off to the side so I don't accidentally touch them.
Put them in a Ziploc bag.
Put them in a Ziploc. Ooh, what a good idea, Steve. I'm glad I keep you around.
Me too.
Come up with some good stuff. So I got those. Oh, Goobers wants to be fed. He hears me opening containers. Okay. I'm not going to eat this because I got to save it for Susie. But this is the Lido cookie.
Okay.
All right. Lido cookie. See it? Really? That's my favorite.
And you have to say that for Susie?
Well, those, yeah. This is that.
That chocolate-filled one.
Right.
Kind of like an inverted schoolboy. Okay. Well, eat one.
Eat one. Ooh. Wait a minute.
Uh-oh.
The thing I have the most of is the Lidos, but that's kind of big, so I'll eat this small one. I'm not hungry anymore, so I don't really need to eat this, but I will eat it because it's so good.
Whose fault is that? It's called lack of planning on your part.
Yeah. Okay. What was this one called again? This one was called the Orleans. Thin and delicate. All right. That is really thin, right?
Yeah.
That's 2 ultra-thin wafers with an ultra-thin chocolate in the middle. Okay,
yep,
and it's about the size of a silver dollar. Okay? Were you able to hear the crunch?
Yeah.
It's very light and crispy. Very light.
Nice.
Very tasty. Ah, very good. Ooh, I got Reese's too, but I didn't get that one because I didn't see it.
Peanut butter pie. It says tear here. Okay, that worked.
That's good.
Oh, okay. Very, very, very overwhelming smell. Not pleasant.
Really?
Yeah, it's.
Aren't they all individually wrapped?
Yeah, but no.
There should be no smell whatsoever.
Kind of mocha-like.
Ew.
Yeah.
Well, okay. I shouldn't say that because I love the smell of coffee. I just think it tastes like crap. Yeah, I do love Reese's. It's one of my favorite candies. Although, since we were at the Evil Empire today, they're the only place I could find 0 candy bars. And I don't mean nil or nada. It's the name of the candy bar, 0. I do like them.
Milk chocolate and peanut butter with crunchy graham flavored cookie pieces. No.
You know what's really sad, Steve? You have realized and utilized the cool sound effects that come with this program. I shouldn't say never. I do it once in a blue moon. And yet you just go, instead of making your computer do it.
I don't have an on there.
Really? What does it have? Oh, it's got the gun. Bam, 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 bam. Shh, it's not worth it. You killed it. M&M's Marshmallow Crispy. Marshmallow Crispy?
Only at Target.
Only at Target. Target is the French store.
Yeah, this one is a reclosable.
That's one of the things that drives me crazy, but I do have clips, but I got to order more because they break after a while.
Yeah, well, you got to stop putting them in your hair.
Steve, I have more hair than you, but not a lot.
Oh, crap. It didn't open.
I hate when that happens. Now, just so you know, I did not put super glue on. I could have, but I did not.
Okay. Yeah. We have a tool for that.
Yeah. Yep. I got one of those up here too since I'm in my studio office.
Okay.
So what did you come up with?
Okay. First things first, get the coffee smell out of here from the other thing.
I thought you liked the smell of coffee too.
Not artificial coffee.
Oh, yeah. Like, what the hell was that stuff that my mother used to drink every once in a while? Came
Sanka?
in a really was it Sanka? Did it come in a weird shaped jar?
Smell. Yeah. Instant coffee. All right. So they have 3 different colors.
Oh, pretty colors. So what do you think?
No flavor.
No flavor. Do you have COVID? Yeah, it's got something inside of it. You're way too close. It looks really weird. It looks
trying
sexual.
To get it to focus.
Yeah. So, anywho's.
Not focus.
Yep. Looks like it's got something in the middle. What is it supposed to be in there?
Marshmallow.
Marshmallow.
Crispy marshmallow. So like Rice
That's right.
Krispies, but nope.
Okay. Boy, Steve, you've been coming really picky. It's one of the reasons
they keep coming out. They keep coming out with all this crap. You know what I mean? All these.
I remember when Siskel and Ebert were really popular, and they would downplay virtually every movie I liked. And I'm like, you guys are just freaking snobs.
No. Go buy this stuff. Then when you don't like it, go out. Don't say I didn't warn you.
Yeah.
So is that all you have?
That's all I have. Susie's on vacation, remember?
I don't know what that means.
It means I have little free time between the trying to get work done and
Take her shopping.
That's kind of what we did. But, I had a problem with the bus again, so.
Really?
Yep.
Did you ever get your other bus fixed?
The one that was in the shop for 9 months?
Yeah.
Yes, that is fixed.
And is it running?
It is running.
And is that the one you had the problem with?
No. It was the Limo Bus. Apparently, the air filter housing...
crack in it?
No, it got pushed down on the air conditioner condenser pulley. And when the air conditioner was running, it started smoking on the rubber, burnt the rubber, and melted a hole into the plastic. Plastic, not rubber. But it created smoke out of the front of the bus, and driver panicked. But I passed him when this was happening, so I just turned around. We thought it was an overflow on the radiator. I says, I don't smell radiator fluid, but we'll check it. So we opened the radiator, poured a little extra fluid in there. Turns out it was not the problem. He took it because the place he was going was literally 3 minutes away. So did you
guys figure it out, move it away, or just kept rubbing?
Well, that's not at first. We did not see that. So he got them there, and then he called me, but I was already on the way there. I switched to my pickup truck that has tools in it. Got there with my lights so we could see stuff. I finally noticed what was happening, figured out how to fix it, and I did all this by myself. And I got it working. And I was like, yay.
Yay.
So, but then at the end of the night, he's driving home. Let me preclude this. Well, nah. Yeah, well. Earlier in the day, because it's been a while since Gary has driven for me because we've been, off season. Mm-hmm. I did the pre-check myself. Why am I having trouble talking? Pre-check myself. And
pre-check checklist.
One of the first things you do is make sure the bus has fuel. And it was slightly over half a tank, which means I could have gone to Milwaukee and back without a problem. Okay? He gets it, I leave. He comes back and does his own pre-trip because that's what he's trained to do. Does the pre-trip, also notices that the fuel tank is a little over half a tank. So no problem. The cool thing is we're only two blocks away from the fuel station now. So if we need to, we could always fill it. That's why you come early. Mm-hmm. Does the trip. Drives 25 miles maybe round trip, right? Drops the people off, drives back to the shop. As he's turning the corner to the road where the buses are parked.
The fuel gauge.
Yes. Well, I don't know if it went like this, but all of a sudden the bus just, ran out of fuel. And he managed to coast it into the parking lot, but not in the place it's supposed to be parked. Now, you remember what a pain in the ass it is to start a diesel vehicle if it ever runs out of fuel.
Yeah, to prime it, yeah.
Yes, there is a primer in there. Primer in there. It's very difficult to get to. You have to do one of these things, stick your arm between hoses and support things, and with 2 fingers, you got to go,
Right.
Both my arms from here and here, the muscles from doing that over and over and over again, trying to get this thing to start. And I'm in the heat, just freaking roasting my ass off because, it was the next day that I did this. And I just couldn't get it to start. I even tried using Happy Juice and, which you got to be careful of on diesel engines. Right. Still couldn't get it to start. It's a 2-man job to get it to start. It's just a pain in the ass.
So what's final outcome?
Well, it's still sitting there waiting for me tomorrow to hopefully go there and with a second person. The other problem is the bell housing, a piece of it broke off where the alternator attaches. So the alternator is on a very slight angle. So it's not, you turn the key, and instead of going chug, 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 it goes chug, chug. So it's not pump or chugging enough for the fuel.
The starter or the alternator?
The starter. Did I say alternator?
Yeah.
It's the starter. I apologize. So, yeah, it's the starter, not the alternator. So the starter has an issue. We tried to get it welded, and the welder said it's just too difficult to do.
It's pot metal. You can't weld it.
Well, you can. He's got the tools to do it. The problem is it's in a very difficult place to get to, and he's, my age. So he's getting ready to retire and killing himself underneath a vehicle. It's not his idea of a good time. He works on farm stuff where he gets,
lots of room.
Yep. So my brother says that it's stupid hard to change the bell housing. It's not that it's hard. It's just very time consuming. He says it's like a 3-day job. But I'm going to make some phone calls tomorrow when the shops are open and see if I can get somebody to do it. Because I need that not to do that.
Yeah, you need it to start.
Yep. So anyway, we just spent a quarter of our show talking about a stupid bus problem.
No, it wasn't a quarter of our show. We talked about our food. So let's talk about our transportation.
Okay.
Fred Smith died.
Yes.
Who's Fred Smith?
He's an actor.
Nope. One of Memphis's best known and most prominent citizens, Smith generally avoided the public spotlight, devoting his energy work to his family. Despite his low profile, Smith made an appearance in the 2000 movie Castaway, starring Tom Hanks.
But
that's not what he's known for.
Oh, wait a minute. I remember reading this.
What was the movie Castaway about?
Wasn't Castaway the one where they crashed on an island with an airplane?
Okay.
And Tom Hanks was talking to a coconut or something all the time?
A volleyball named Wilson.
Oh, volleyball. Okay. I didn't see the
Wilson
movie.
Brand name. Wilson brand name.
Okay.
Horticulture, you should still know. So what airplane crashed? And why was it just him?
I will have to say it was like a UPS plane or something.
Let me give you a hint. You're really close on that, but Memphis.
Tennessee?
Memphis
Bell. That was a B-2 bomber. Oh, FedEx.
Where's UPS? UPS goes out by Milwaukee.
I thought UPS went out
that's one of their hubs.
Rockford.
Well, that's one of their hubs, Milwaukee.
Okay.
But yeah, that's the problem. They have northern hubs, whereas Memphis is a better weather hub, so that they can stay in the air longer. But yes.
Okay.
So he did appear in the movie in the FedEx, but Fred Smith was in the founder of FedEx.
Ooh, cool.
Or CEO of FedEx or something. But yeah.
Something
there's
like
your
that.
transportation thing.
Okay.
Okay. Continuing.
Okay. Continuing.
Continuing on the transportation theme.
Ooh. Okay.
You own a bus company.
Yes.
You own a transportation company. I want to know. I'm going to probably end up going to the Chicago Cubs Angels game in August.
Okay.
Okay.
In California, eh?
Yes.
Okay. That would make sense.
What we normally do is we normally drive down and then stay overnight, watch the game and then stay overnight. However, Steiner's Pub is doing their 17th annual bus trip. The trip includes 1 day back and forth, $199.
Right.
All drinks on the bus include plus a box lunch plus the game ticket.
Okay.
$200.
Right. First thing they ask, is it a coach?
Yes.
That is a good deal.
Yes, it is. It has to be a coach. It's not a school bus.
Yep.
Is it a good deal?
It's a good deal.
Well, here's why. I don't want to go on somebody else's schedule. Peggy and I don't drink, so we're not going to be able to drink our money's worth.
Okay.
The game ticket's only like $35.
Right.
And I don't want to have to go there and then leave with a bunch of people.
Okay. Yeah, that's the thing. It's
But
like
go ahead.
I have a concert coming up at Alpine, and I have somebody who does not want to share the bus. They wanted a private bus because they want to be them people only, not with strangers. I've got other people that love the idea of buying, 2 seats on a bus with 40 people on it so they can make new friends.
Yeah, which I don't mind. But, I mean, all drinks on the bus included.
Right. Technically, that's not legal. Well, yes, it is because it's a bar. It's a bar. They can do that. They have a liquor license. The bus company's not the one doing this.
They had more stuff.
Yeah. Well, the box lunch, but,
Yeah, the box lunch. I'm like, we got to see if they got a vegan thing for Peggy. But yeah, I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, I understand the dilemma because that bus is going to carry 56 people.
Right.
Okay. Now, since it's being done through a liquor establishment, or not a liquor, a bar, pub, tavern, whatever you want to call it, you have a very, very good chance of some heavy drinkers on that vehicle.
Right.
And they're going to get stupid. It's just the way it is. We deal with it all the time. But if you're a customer and you are not
and what if I get stuck
drinking,
back by the toilet? Because
right.
they're going to want to use the toilet.
Yep.
So I don't know. But I will do it for the show if you think. But I would rather just drive there, buy the tickets myself, sit where I want, and then stay overnight in a hotel and then come back the next day and then talk about it.
Oh, God, yes. I would definitely see. Well, yeah, because what is it, like a 4.5 hour drive?
Yeah.
One way?
Yeah.
So, I mean, technically it's not all that bad.
It's right off the expressway. It's super nice.
Yeah. So, and of course, I don't know how you're going to spend more because if you get a hotel, especially in California, that hotel has got to be a couple $100.
My hotel's free.
Oh, well, that makes it convenient.
Part of my Marriott rewards is I get a free hotel stay every year.
Cool. Hi, Jeannie. Thanks for stopping in.
She's home from work.
Yepers.
She had a big weekend.
Off.
She had Hockey for All.
Yay.
Is a program to get a bunch of people to play hockey.
Oh, yeah.
But it was
play golf on a hockey rink. Yeah. Or play hockey in a golf course.
There were some women's stars. The Boston Fleet star was there. They won the cup for the Women's Hockey League. So they were there, and they were teaching all these kids how to play hockey and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool.
Wasn't there a movie where somebody played golf with a hockey stick?
It's called Happy Gilmore, and Happy Gilmore 2 is coming out. That's probably why you...
Did he use a golf? I thought he used a golf club, but he'd run up to the thing and go whack.
Yeah.
But maybe he started with the hockey stick and then he switched to the golf club. I don't remember.
It's a movie.
Yeah, from 30 freaking years ago.
Yeah, but the number 2 is coming out. They're recording it. They actually recorded part of it here in Vegas.
Ooh.
And some of the people that I know in town were extras in the movie.
Yep, it's something that I wish would love to be able to do.
Oh, not for kids, strictly girls. Hockey for all girls. For girls.
Hockey for girls.
Women. Yeah, so that's cool though.
Yeah. Hey, girls have a right to get into fist fights just as well as the guys do.
Yeah. So as the sun goes down, my color changes. So you ready to do the genuine positivity message? Call it a halftime?
Sure, why not?
Let's see if Scott can get these 13 words out without screwing it up. What do you think? What's the over and under on this?
I don't know. I don't gamble, remember?
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, live from Delavan, Wisconsin. Is it Are you actually in Delavan? Or are you?
We're in the town of Delavan.
You're in the
city of Delavan and the town of Delavan. Yep.
From the town of Delavan. Here he is, Fun Guy the Entertainer.
Seeing the first.
I knew you couldn't do it.
I knew you were going to do that.
I knew you couldn't do it.
Yeah, he just deleted it from the show board.
Oh, my hands are right here.
Yeah, we won't talk about where your hands were. Seeing the first fireflies of the season reminds us that showing your light instead of hiding in the darkness.
Start again. Try again. Take 2. Coming at you in 3.
Seeing the first fireflies of the season reminds us that showing your light instead of hiding in darkness will attract others with light.
See, I read that as seeing the first fireflies of the season remind us that showing your butt instead of hiding it in darkness will attract others to your.
That's just the way you think.
Well, where's their light at?
Well, technically it's on their backside, but.
Thank you.
Do you know how the fireflies do their mating dance at this time of year?
Very carefully.
Well, the girls stay on the ground and the boys fly around. And the girls light up on the ground and the guys come down and mate. See, You learned something today.
That's exciting, Scott.
Yep. And then once they've mated, the girls go up too.
Wow.
But they mate on the ground.
Okay.
Because you just see them flitting all over the place. You say, because when birds mate, they're flying. They mate while they fly. That's that's dangerous.
So they don't fly united.
It's kind of like having sex with a driver, or the driver's driving and you climb on top. That's dangerous.
They don't fly united.
Fun, but dangerous. All right. So what else we got going on? We still got half a show yet.
Yeah, we still have a show. Remember when I lived in San Jose? Were we doing shows? No, we didn't do shows.
No. Although I did sing the song every time I knew you were calling.
Okay.
Do you know the way to San Jose?
One of the towns next to San Jose is called Los Gatos.
Okay, that would make sense.
And Los Gatos opened up a new restaurant that they're trying, where they make 27-second hamburgers.
Okay, must be smash burgers.
Would you buy a hamburger that was made in 27 seconds?
No.
Would you buy a hamburger if it was made by one of my cousins in 27 seconds?
Oh, there was a new commercial on TV where you guys need to get your union started because they're already complaining about robots at the burger joint.
Can you believe that? They went on vacation.
Bold
even the robots went on vacation.
Wow.
Can you believe that?
Yes.
Until July 8th. We are totally the droid you're looking for.
Where's it going to be?
No, it's there. It's already there. It's just
where
supposed
is it?
vacation. It's in Los Gatos. I told you.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Close to San Jose.
Yeah. Here, I'll see if this map goes bigger.
Burger Bob's.
No, not Burger Bob's.
But that's what that said on the map.
See, there's Los Gatos.
Yep.
Zooming out of Los Gatos.
Oh, look at the mountains.
There's Almaden, Saratoga, Santa Cruz.
There's
San
even a
Jose's.
holy city there.
See San Jose?
Hey,
well, that's because
hey.
that's where the missions used to go.
Look, there's my valley. I should go and claim it. It's right by Santa Cruz.
Yeah, when you go down to Santa Cruz. But yeah, as you're going out of San Jose, going down to Santa Cruz, you go through Los Gatos.
Okay. Can't
San
believe I got
Francisco's
my
up
own
here.
valley and nobody told me.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Burger Bots.
didn't we show when that was first built?
Well,
when
this
they
was
were
Flippy's. No, that was
Yeah.
Flippy's.
Okay.
That was just the robot arm. This is the whole restaurant. See the price of the burgers?
No, I missed it. Ooh, yeah, that's not cheap.
$18, $24, $19. I like how they stack the tomatoes and the onions. See that?
That's pretty cool. Yep. So apparently there's humans working there too.
Oh, yeah. They got to feed the bun and that into the tray, but then the robot gets the lettuce, tomato, onion, depending on how you order it.
Hold the pickles, hold the lettuce. Special orders don't upset us. All we ask is that you lettuce and tomato it yourself.
There it is. There comes your burgers at the end.
Well, after you eat them, they do come out your end. That's just, circling it all together.
Well, it takes 27 seconds. So the ketchup and the mustard and the mayonnaise. That's it. Closes the box. There's your fries. And they carry it out to you.
Just wait till the robots do the delivery.
They have those. What was this one? I have one more website here. Come on. Close that. Oh, this was just a story about 27 seconds.
Ah,
But there it is.
zoom, zoom.
27 seconds.
Kind of like going to Gene and Juice with their hot dogs. In and out.
Right.
Fast, fast, fast.
Yeah, but that's because you only get them two different ways.
Exactly.
This one you can customize.
Yeah. Hey, Goobs, what are you doing? Those claws of yours are not comfortable.
Okay. Talk to us, not your animal.
Hmm.
So guess who's getting into the reusable rocket business?
Steve. You're doing it.
Honda.
Honda.
Honda conducts successful. Now check this out. Okay, I want you to listen to the subject. Remember I told you I like reading the headlines and then going, really?
Yes, you're good at that.
Honda conducts successful launch and landing of test experimental reusable rocket.
Okay.
Okay.
Isn't
On
somebody
June
else already doing
17th
that?
What's that?
Isn't somebody else already done that?
Yeah, Elon Musk's already done it. Amazon's doing it, which is Blue Origin. Yeah, but check this out.
Okay.
They conducted a launch and landing experiment using a rocket. The rocket was 6.3 meters in length.
Okay.
Okay?
Sure.
85 centimeters in diameter, 900 kilograms dry weight, 1,312 kilograms wet weight. That's with all the fuel in it. That's not a very big rocket,
No. I mean,
Okay.
it's long, but it's really skinny.
right? So now dig this. they successfully launched the rocket up to an altitude of nearly 300 meters.
Okay.
300 meters. That's not even 0.2 of a mile. That's
No.
not even 3 football fields. This thing didn't even go up in the air 300 yards.
Right.
I could throw a baseball and catch it. I can't throw it 300 yards in the air.
No.
But I could launch one 300 yards in the air and still catch it.
Right.
What the hell did they achieve?
Well, in my opinion, and you know what my opinions are like, you have to start small to see if there's any issues. That way, if there's a problem, it's not a big problem, it's a small problem. And then you solve the issues, then you get a bigger one, do it again, see if there's any new issues. If there's more issues, you fix those, then you go up again.
Look how tall the rocket is.
Yeah.
These are Japanese people standing next to it. And it's maybe 3 or 4 of them tall. It's not very tall.
No, but it's not that
big.
short. It's just skinny.
Not very big.
25 centimeters is not that big.
I didn't say centimeters.
You said the diameter was 24 or 25 centimeters.
85.
85 centimeters. Okay, I guess that's
85.
bigger. Yeah.
But still, not very big at all.
Nope.
So,
But hey, like I said, I'm sure that's what it is. You gotta, it's like they always build small prototypes and stuff like that, and then they make the real thing. Once it works,
okay.
Theoretically.
So if that's your theory,
and I'm sticking to it.
the NTSB just came out. Remember when the door plug flew off the Boeing 737?
Yep.
It's called a door plug because that model did not have an emergency exit there, so they put a door plug there.
Okay.
Are you ready for the official finding?
Sure.
This is the official finding from the NTSB.
Wait. Let me guess. The robot forgot to put the bolts in to hold it in.
No, but close. Systemic failures led to the door plug flying off. Systemic failures.
Okay.
That is not the answer you want to hear from a company who's been building airplanes for hundreds of years?
Not hundreds, but close to 100. I think it's close because they were building airplanes for the war, World War. I know they were in World War II, but I don't know if they were in World War I. Because World War I was still biplanes. Although, the jets I think came out in World War II.
Over 100 years. Founded in 1916. So
okay,
that's not what you want to hear.
No.
That they just didn't do a good job. Pretty much is what they're saying.
Yeah.
It took them 17 months to come back with that.
Well, sure.
They found that the bolts securing what is known as the door plug panel were removed and never replaced during a repair.
Oh, it was probably break time. And they said, okay, we got to take a break. And then, they just took the airplane away because they thought it was done.
If you're taking out the bolts on a plug and you have a tray of parts left over when you're done doing the repair, you might want to figure out where they go.
Every mechanic I know says it's always good to have extra parts left over when you're done because that means it's more efficient.
Yeah. No.
That's their story and they stuck to it.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
17 months to figure that out.
That's pretty quick.
That's the government for you. That's weird.
Weird. Andrew's finding it fascinating. He hasn't fallen asleep on us either, which is awesome.
I find it fascinating that that's what you want to do.
Hey, Andrew, what do you think about my shirt? How cool is that? My wife makes these.
Is that going to be your new business?
No.
Custom made, $200 a shirt?
Oh, well, I suppose that might be a cool thing, but yeah. They're really comfortable too.
$200 a shirt.
Yeah.
You should sell them.
Yeah.
Get her an Etsy store. Custom made. $200, $250.
Yeah.
Have the different materials up there and you put them together. She wants to retire.
Yeah.
This is her hobby to do. She could do one shirt a week.
She's going to be working 3 or 4 days a week once she retires.
Yeah, she could do one shirt a week.
So,
Wouldn't you like an extra $200?
I would like an extra $2,000 a week.
Well, I don't see her making 10.
I don't either.
Or at that 254.
Yeah.
10 would be. Oh no, that would be 1,000. She'd have to make 8.
That would be a job.
Yeah.
So,
Well, stand up and show us your shirt. We can't see all the pattern.
Oh, I did. I went like this. See?
No, I said stand up. What part of stand up did you not understand? So, how many different materials are sewn together, or is that one material just made into a shirt?
One material.
Okay, that's cool.
I want to say it's like 2.5 yards for each shirt.
Only your size.
Well, yeah, I don't know if you noticed, but the shirts are getting loose on me, which is kind of nice.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. How long does it take her to make it?
Yep. It's confusing because she usually puts the whole thing together in a couple hours, but then there's try it on, make adjustments, try it on.
Really?
If it's
you
right,
can do it in a couple hours? That's pretty good.
Yeah. Well,
that's really good. Cut it out and sew it together in a couple hours?
I guess couple is wrong. Probably like a few hours, which technically is only 3. I don't know.
3 hours? That's still good.
It's still pretty good.
That's good. I think it's good.
Yeah.
I still think it's good.
But then she got to make once it looks good on the shoulders and she crosses it across to see how much extra she has to take off. Then she creates the seams, creates the eye holes for the buttons, sews on the buttons, then the shirt's done. But it's still more expensive. Yeah, at that price, yeah, but she stopped making them because they last so long. I mean, these shirts are 15
Well, then you charge more, $300.
Yeah.
Made in the USA.
Made in USA. Rah, rah, rah. Made in USA. Rah, rah, rah.
So,
needle, pulling thread.
You know where you could wear that shirt?
Anywhere I want.
At your new apartment in Indiana.
Ooh, Indiana. You know what's cool about Indiana? That's kind of what I thought. Oh, wait. The Indianapolis 500's in Indiana. That's supposed to be pretty cool.
Yeah,
not my thing, but. Stadium lofts.
That's right. They bought an old baseball field. They kept the baseball field, added a tennis court. I don't know if you can see that over here.
Yes.
But they kept the grass area, and look at all the apartments. Lofts, I should say.
Right.
How cool. The outdoor fire pit, stainless steel plus, free indoor bike storage, cat friendly. Kind of cool. Look at you look out.
It is pretty cool.
Here's your floor plan. I can't get rid of this chat. Pisses me off.
Yeah, I don't see a thing to make it go away.
But kind of cool, huh?
It is.
$1,694 for 2-bedroom, 2 baths.
I was just
Space
seeing
is 2-bedroom.
A little advertisement thing for something similar to this, where they bought a baseball diamond or shopping center.
Oh, baseball diamond?
Something.
But check it out. I mean, look at all the places that are available.
What they did is you know how golf courses sell houses around the lake, so you have view of the thing. They're doing this too. This is going to be the place that I went to where they golfed in off like loft areas or stadium areas.
Uh-huh.
What the hell was it called? We talked about it on the show. It's where I took those people.
It's a shopping center.
But yeah, they had all sorts of stuff there. But this is what they're doing here. They're going to sell condos on the side so you can watch people hit golf balls.
Yeah, instead of benches out there, they've got the stadium seats.
Oh, yeah. Cool.
They cemented the base path. cement.
Okay, so obviously you're not going to play baseball there.
There's a fire pit. Got workout room.
Yeah, sure.
Little meeting rooms.
Yep, Andrew needs an apartment. He can move there.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because they sold his building. Kind of cool. But I mean, not a bad little kitchen for a loft.
Where is that at?
Indiana.
In
Indianapolis.
Andrew's like, do I want to move to the U.S.?
Yeah, you move in with Scott. Go to Delavan. There's your tennis courts. Little gazebo out there.
Top Golf.
Cool.
Thank you, Jeannie.
Top Golf. They didn't sell. They don't. You can't live in Top Golf.
No. I was describing something like Top Golf. Yes.
Oh. Not bad looking loft.
Nope, not at all.
So I thought that was kind of cool, and the price wasn't too bad. I don't know what it costs to live in Indiana. Like other apartments are in that range.
Right.
You know, from 1,000 to 1,009. So it's right in the middle. A little on the higher end, but middle to higher end. So it's kind of cool for Indianapolis.
Exactly. Somebody has to live there.
So remember when we talked about the one elf at Disney that was, what was his name? I can't remember his name now. That was, he would tell you if you were on the naughty or nice list, and they doxed him. So they took him off the parade route to protect him.
Okay. I don't remember talking about that, but
you can get a green card with Scott. Scott will hire you. You can get your driver's license. You can drive for him, or you can DJ for him. You can sponsor him, Scott.
There you go. Yeah, we already have somebody living in our house.
Need somebody else.
Yes, I was actually thinking about it. We talked about it on the phone.
Somebody who can, so you can hook up the rest of your network.
Oh, God, that would be terrible to have everything work.
Yeah, it would be. So Disney suspends Princess character presence in theme parks indefinitely. How sad is that? Doxing has gotten so bad. Remember what doxing is, right?
No.
Do you not pay attention to our show?
No.
Do you know what it is to dox somebody?
I know what it means if you dock their pay.
No, dox. D-O-X.
Yeah, I don't. D-O-X, I have no idea what
that's where you go and you find out everything about them by searching for their social media posts and their family, and then you publish it all online.
Okay.
So your privacy is no longer private.
Right.
So
I try not to read that stuff because it's very disappointing that the world has come to
people
this.
Do that. Yeah, it is sad. So they're taking the pictures of these princesses and they're starting to find out about them and their families and stuff like that, and they're publishing their real identities.
Yes.
That's not cool.
No, it's not.
Don't do that, people. So that sucks, and because of that, now little girls and some adults cannot go to Disney parks anymore and see princesses because they're trying to protect their employees from being doxxed. And that's sad.
It is. I've said this since I was a kid. It only takes a couple of stupid ass people to ruin it for everybody else.
I know, and it's awful. It's awful.
And you can't shoot them because it's bad.
You know what we need?
More rubber bullets?
More police.
Oh.
More police. And you know what that ties into, Scott?
Police cars?
Nope. Our word of the week.
We're there already?
Yeah, we are. So let's see how smart you are and how that ties into our word of the week. Our word of the week is?
Bailiwick.
Yes, that is a very nice restaurant here at the Orleans Casino
Oh, really?
in Las Vegas. Yeah.
Hmm.
You didn't know that?
No, I did not. But then again, how much do I know about where you live, Steve?
I've talked about it on the show.
You have?
Yep.
Do I pay attention?
Apparently, you're admitting you don't.
I pay attention at the time, but then it gets filed in that little corner back here for trivia for when it's time to do trivia. And guess what's wrong with this corner back here?
See?
Ballywick.
Orleans Hotel and Casino. Ballywick Hotel. See?
Which sort of makes sense because a Ballywick is a person's area of skill, knowledge, authority, or work.
See? Food and drink.
Food and drink.
Okay. So here's my question for you.
Here's my answer for you.
What did I say was the tie-in?
I don't remember. That was more than a minute ago.
I said we need more police because it ties into our word of the week.
Okay.
How does that? I want to see how smart you are. How does that tie in to our word of the week?
Well, if I think I've heard it said that way. Isn't it Ballywick like certain areas of expertise for certain? Like you got your detectives, you got your
Not really. Also, the lofts. The lofts. What are those? Those also tie into our word of the week. What are those?
A place where people can live.
Right. So, the original word Ballywick comes from the word bailiff and wick. Wick, meaning dwelling or place or village.
Okay.
And a bailiff refers to a royal officer who's sheriff, which originally had jurisdictions. They worked in a jurisdiction. Therefore, their area...
That was their Ballywick. Yep.
Their area...
I knew I heard that in the old movies. I knew it.
So, meaning is broad to encompass the person's area of expertise and knowledge of work.
How cool is that?
That is cool. And I'm surprised you knew it, but you didn't know it.
Again, it's that stupid thing. Everything goes in here, but then it gets stuck. I can't access it. It's like my see, I can't even remember that, and I know what it is. When you access your computer and you're looking for your files, everything is in. Say again?
RAM?
No, the RAM is the power. The memory.
RAM is not power. Random access memory is not power.
Right, but that's not it.
It's in your
RAM. When you save something on your computer,
you save it on your hard drive.
Correct. There is a special area that realizes that it is there. So when you go to search for it again, it goes to that area first, and then it knows exactly where to look. It's like an index. But it has a name.
Okay,
what is the index on a computer? What do they call it? Fat table?
Index. Fat tables?
Is that what it was? The fat tables?
Could be. I don't know what you're going for, so I'll just go, sure.
Well, it's the way the computers work. Everything that you put in your computer.
So says you.
Yeah. That's what I remember from when I actually knew stuff about computers instead of just using them.
Well, I want to just say thank you for watching.
And if you feel our show is a great show, you should tell everybody.
And share it. Share. But we want you to live every day, and we'll see you on the next show.
Be genuinely positive, live and love life, and have a good one.
Awesome.